211 Orange County. Just a little bit about their background before we get started. They are a nonprofit organization that's designed to provide vital information and references and referrals to the community health and services and support of Orange County. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they have a database of over 1,800 government-funded and assistant programs that offer over 4,000 specialized services. Just a little bit, they're kind of like 411, but they, instead of offering general information, they can provide specific information and referrals to other nonprofit organizations or other government assistances that can help people with issues that they might have at hand, specifically for human health and human services. They were introduced in Atlanta, Georgia in 1997 through United Way, and then this quickly spread across the United States and Canada, and the FCC allocated it as 211 as a nationwide phone number in 2000. And here in Orange County, it specifically was introduced as another company in Irvine, which became InfoLink Orange County. And then in 2005, they designated that nonprofit to be 211, and in 2006, they finally changed the name to 211 Orange County. And just some of the services that they provide include food, shelter, child development care, prenatal care, transportation, substance abuse. So they have just an array of different services. They can help people that have had financial issues or substance abuse issues for their whole lives, or that are brand new to this situation and have no idea how to acquire food stamps for the first time. And they just are a really great service that has an issue with letting people know about the services that they provide. They actually had a 57% increase in the freeway complex fires just that happened a few years ago. So they're a really great service.
Okay, and 211's mission statement can be summed up in one quick quote. It was said by their executive board member, Judy Cohen, and it's just to help people find the help that they need. We don't live in the most ideal of economies. It's everything kind of going downhill, and a lot of people find themselves with a lot of different financial questions about insurance, how food stamps, like Ali was saying, and 211 Orange County just wants everyone to know that you can call them any place, anytime, with any situation, anything. It's like as far-fetched as it is, they will have an answer for you. They've got their call centers all set up with people there 24/7 to talk to you about it. And they just want people to know that if you need the help, call. They've got the help for you.
Just a few statistics about 211 Orange County. 97,000 calls have been made to 211 since the economic downslide. 4% of Orange County's population is currently served, so that's not really a lot. There's a lot of people that they could be helping. And 11,000 calls were made to 211 in September 2010. 37.9% of those calls were lost. And this basically means that they were either on hold for too long, or they waited too long, no one picked up the phone. So they need that kind of help so that they can access more people. 211 has a goal of serving 10% of Orange County's population by 2012. With the use of proper PR planning, they can receive more funding to handle the capacity of phone calls and inform the population of this service that many citizens really don't know about.
Okay, so basically 211's current situation is they just really want to get their name out there and their services known so people know that their call centers are handy for them. They've got this amazing contact list, and they've got really good relationships with everyone that's on the contact list. And they've got the right idea with their weekly PR meetings and their press releases. And one of the best things about them is they have set goals and focuses that they're going to reach. They know they are, and they're very focused on those goals. However, they lack the manpower that they need. They definitely need more help in their organization, and they lack the variety, and especially their ideas. Their press releases, they just need newer ideas to target the audiences that they are trying to reach out to. They have such a wide array of audiences that they just need to kind of be more specific when they are talking to certain people about them.
The two theories that we used was action assembly theory and the social exchange theory. The action assembly theory is understanding behavior by understanding how people think. So every day they get a ton of calls from every, any walk of life, any demographic. So what their volunteers do is when they answer those phone calls, they get a whole story about a life that they know nothing about, and they listen to those people,
and they figure out that, they might need prenatal care, they have kids under 5, they might be getting a divorce, they might be losing their job, and so by understanding how they think, they can actually really help them and give them the resources that they need. The second theory is the social exchange theory, which is the relationships are evaluated in terms of the costs and rewards. So they really focus on their relationship with people. One call gives them a great relationship with, anyone in Orange County. So they, help them as much as they can. They give them the resources they need. So they're giving the people that might, need the most help the rewards that they specifically need.
Now, 211 targets and key publics. We thought of 3 of them: media, consumers, and general public. As far as media goes, we think, as far as media goes, there's internet, print, and broadcast. As far as internet goes, there's social networking, blog posts, search engines. Print would be news releases, obviously, and newsletters out to the public to let them know what's going on. And broadcast. So broadcast can basically reach large amounts of people, and it would be really ideal to get the word out. So, and public service announcements would be best to support that. As far as consumers go, basically anyone who needs a helping hand, so like low-income families in the Orange County area, or even people who have been high-income families who have hit a bit of a problem. Maybe someone got fired or something like that. So it can really be anyone. And the general public, so regardless of age, race, sex, just their status financially, just anyone who needs help.
Okay, and as everyone knows, organization SWOT stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. But after meeting with the PR team of 211, we were able to evaluate their SWOT accordingly, which we included their SWOT to become something that we adjusted differently. We know that they don't have many threats because they are a new organization, and because they need more awareness to the public, they don't have a lot of threats to counteract with them, so we incorporated their threats with their weaknesses. For strengths, there's a few. We provided their product, brand, and ideas. They have a lot of ideas that are very good for the organization. Their weaknesses and threats, their threats could be something like 411 versus 211. 411 is an informational site versus 211 is more of like find a need, fill a need. Their calls lost, which is discouraging for the people that call. So weaknesses is their lack of volunteers, which causes the callers to drop. And their advertising. If they had more advertising, which is another weaknesses, their threat to the public, which is they're not very known. So they kind of like correlate with each other, so we combined them as one. The opportunities were the media networks, social networks, and student involvement. We also put on here the tools. Tools could be more volunteer help, Facebook and social medias, annual reports like we passed around today that they had for the previous year, and their webpage. Our group was able to see that with the dedication and heart 211 has for their company, they have a good brand, they just have the weaknesses of the public awareness.
So what we really want to do is they wanted us to focus on their social media and how to get their name out there. So these are the tools that we recommended for 211 to use. And a lot of that was the social media like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and using a site called Ping that updates Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn all at the same time just by using one website. So we want them to have weekly status updates. We want them to have, even daily updates on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. And this is one of our examples. We also want them to incorporate the monthly press releases, PSAs, in monthly themes. So this is our example for January. We want them to go with a theme, start the new year right, with help from 211. We have some ideas for status changes on all their websites. Help your New Year's wish come true by asking for help with 211. January is also the National Birth Defects Prevention Month. So we have prematurity as the leading cause of death in the first month of life, how they can prevent it, how they can get prenatal care.
And one of the things that they can have is an internship. An intern can help them with an assortment of things. They can have one every semester, which includes specific duties, such as using Ping to change the social media sites. You want to keep every social media site current and the same, so not every site saying something differently. If they're all consistent, they can
can keep track of the news releases and making sure everything's consistent with the media site, so everything's all flowing in one from month to month. They can learn how to take calls and help as a volunteer taking calls, learn how the PR process works, and also ultimately working with different schools, whether it be for job fair, COMM week. We give them different contacts to communicate with different schools to be able to reach out to campuses for volunteers and interns. Ultimately, an intern can act as an extra set of hands with the PR team.
As for their web analysis, when you first access their webpage, everything is really pleasing to the eye. Everything looks really friendly and inviting. There's donations on the homepage. There's a news feed where you can go in and read about their news updates and their press releases. Everything's extremely organized, and they've got really good 2010 holiday, like the directory for the food banquets and everything. However, the improvement, they need to make it a little more simple. They are trying to reach a very broad audience. I know that some people may have difficulty reading their website. They're going to definitely need a discussion forum. Their contact information is kind of hard to look for when you're first on their website, and the front page information just needs to be a little bit more put together, well put together.
Future recommendations. We suggested that they have better press releases and letters distributed for the people that don't possibly have internet or a connection. That's why we gave them a year-long array of different themes and subtitles. That way they can look at our examples and pull from that for either the status changes or the press releases. They can do public service announcements, hire interns, do fundraising, promotions, and get information just for throughout the year. If they have the fundamentals, they will be a great for the public, just further awareness for their corporation.
And then we just had a few more, just broadening the social networks to increase the awareness to not just the 4% that they reach right now, but to everyone in Orange County. Because I had no idea what 211 was before we chose them as our group. And then also just using great community centers like YMCA and Boys and Girls Club and other social areas where people would be able to use 211. And attending other nonprofit events, because here they are recommending and referring other nonprofits to help out the people that might need them, then they should be able to piggyback, if you will, on maybe their events by having a 211 booth or a 211 brochures being passed out to some of their other clients. And just attending city events like in maybe wealthier areas like Newport Beach, Ladera Ranch, and Laguna. They all have these city events called Taste of Ladera, Taste of Newport, where they have just a whole variety of different services and things that the city holds, and they can easily have nonprofit areas and tabling for those events. And then just coming and being part of the CSUF job fair and getting students involved and getting internships and just getting the word out and awareness is their biggest issue. So we feel that with this plan, they definitely can